Hello, my name is Jenny Towner. I'm the Director for Student Success at Hartford Community College. Academic coaching is a key component of the My College Success Network. Through academic coaching, we encourage our students to practice self-reflection. Self-reflection is important because it helps us connect the events of the past to the future that is ahead. To that end, we've asked our students to consider the question, how did I get here? It's fitting that we are filming today in the Hayes High House. This historic house was built in the early 1800s. In 1860, Sam Archer, an enslaved man, fled this property in the pursuit of freedom. The Hayes High House is the first location in Hartford County to be added to the National Underground Railroad Network to Freedom. The walls of this house contain the stories of many occupants. Today, the stories of our students are added to the history and the lessons of perseverance, resilience, and strength.
An experience that motivated me to actually come to college was being placed in foster care. My social worker, he inspired me a lot to do a lot of things. He actually inspired me to become a social worker just because it's amazing how somebody can have your back. And with me, it was a struggle from high school because I only went to high school 80 days, graduated with only 80 days of high school. So not only having that in my corner, knowing that if I put my mind to something, I can do it, but having the people in my corner from when I was younger, pushing me, saying, hey, I believe in you, I see this in you, go do it, because the only person that's stopping you is you. Nobody else can stop the success that you want. So right now, I'm striving for a master's degree. Went into the military, came back out, have a new head on my shoulders. It's just a lot of good experiences, good and bad. My favorite saying is, a vision with no action is merely a dream. Just because every night you go to sleep, you dream about something big, but you don't put no actions into it, so it remains a dream. But a vision is something that you see yourself doing and you work towards it. So working towards going to college is something that's amazing, something that will put you farther than your peers and open up a new life for you.
My name is Aaliyah Tisdale. I'm majoring in business administration. I got here, well, I know a couple people that go here and they said this is a good start instead of going somewhere big like Towson and, not liking college. So start out small and then go big. Some of the challenges that I face with classes is not being able to ask questions, afraid to ask questions, not being very vocal. With the academic coaching that I have, I've developed to not be afraid to ask questions.
I'm not a first generation college student, but as compared to my friends back home in Ghana, I'm actually the first person to come and school outside. In Ghana, we don't have enough teachers. That's the first issue, and the teachers there are not as concerned about their students' progress as I see here, because even having teachers communicate with my academic success coach and correcting me in specific areas was a big help, because I don't have that opportunity in Ghana. I would say every new student or every student should get involved in class. I'm not someone who is comfortable asking questions during class, but I would advise that everybody would gather up the courage to ask their teachers after class. And going to the learning center is so important. They helped me so much in every class that I'm taking, and it's really helpful.
My high school years wasn't the best years. I was just too busy playing around, not focusing. It was actually when my aunt passed away. She told me that she wanted me to graduate on time, because it was a moment in time where I wasn't going to graduate with my right class. And before she passed away, she told me, I want you to graduate, I want you to go to college, I want you to get serious. So I took that to heart, and I really just buckled down. The end of my 10th grade year, from there on up, I just started busting out the books, started focusing, trying to distance myself from people I shouldn't be hanging around with. I also see myself traveling. I want to travel to different foreign countries to help people who don't have good health care, or who can't afford to have really good doctors, because they don't have good doctors like we do.
My first few weeks at Hartford Community College it was definitely different, a big change from high school. Classes, making my own schedule, being on time, it was all on me to go or show up whenever. I definitely struggled when I first came here, but throughout events and club activities and friends that I met, everything changed. I started getting used to the campus. I just got more involved with everything. In all my classes, I'm actually doing pretty well. When I started, I was not scared, but more shy and nervous about everything. But as time went on, everything came together. I started getting stronger academically. I met a lot of new people, and they helped me through pretty much everything I'm going through now. So they're like a second family to me, and I love them so far. My dad has been a huge role model for me. He's always teaching me lessons, showing me the right path.
Going through high school, it wasn't really that difficult. I just kind of did my thing, went to my classes, and it was really easy to get good grades. But transitioning to college, it's kind of a lot more difficult, and you have to really put a lot more energy and time into what you're doing. And you get kind of sidetracked doing different stuff, but I was fortunate enough to have an academic coach and meet with her every 2 weeks, and she really reoriented me and helped me get back on track and refocused me periodically throughout the semester, which was really good. My favorite event at Hartford was the I Can Succeed orientation. I really didn't feel like going, I thought it was gonna be lame or whatever, but then I went and it was really good and really inspirational, and they had a bunch of students talking about their personal experiences, and that helped you out, and that was kind of motivating. And then the guest speaker was really, really good, and he was a good speaker, And so I'm really glad that I went, even though I didn't want to, but it was really good. So I feel it's something that should be continually offered and encouraged to go to.
The adjustment come from Baltimore City to Hartford County school-wise. It's a major difference because in Baltimore City, I was part of the majority, now part of the minority. Even though I lived in Hartford County all my life, it's still different school-wise. And the people here, they know more, they're taught different things, they're taught differently versus when I was in high school. And the adjustment, I'm still working on it, but so far I feel I have got my classes down. Even though there's some challenges, just learning the material differently than in high school, it's different, but I think I can adjust to it pretty well. Just stay focused on what I'm doing.
I live in a community where it's far from the bus stop, so I have to keep asking people day before my class to drop me off, and I've been able to do it. So the point behind this is that if I can do it, any other student can do it, especially those that are within the U.S. or that went to school here, that know the system, can do it. But the good side to it is that it's going well for me. I haven't given up in the process, because I think life depends on you as the individual. The way you think about it, that's how it works. And I know that's my goal, just to succeed. And I know I'm going to succeed, because once you can dream it, you can achieve it.
Life is hard, but I always manage to get through everything that's thrown at me. For instance, I go to school full-time and I work full-time, but I always make sure that I balance the two. I make sure that I'm always up and ready for the bus each morning, even when I'm tired. You never know when the bus is going to be here on time, so you're stuck standing for 20 minutes waiting on the bus. Then when you're on the bus, you have to deal with everyone's attitude. You have to deal with the bus driver attitude. You might have to deal with the people that's sitting next to you attitude. But I make sure that I just go with the flow and that I'm here. A bunch of people around me just have their dreams stuck on. They want to get a job and not go to college, but I believe education is very important and it will get you where you need to be. My future goals is to be a nurse, and I also would like to own a car. I want to own my house one day. I want to be successful, because where I come from, not everyone is able to say that they made it. So I want to be the individual that can say that they made it.
So my name is Jenny Jacqueline. I'm an academic success coach here at Hartford Community College. I am really very passionate about education because it has the ability to completely change your life path and pave the way for a better future. I am a first-generation college student, and I remembered when there was some aspect of the college or college culture that I didn't understand. And it's the reason that I'm so excited to come to work every day and provide students with guidance, support, and encouragement because they have so many gifts. And I think it is our responsibility to help them see those gifts in themselves. This program, I'm just really very excited to be a part of it. I've seen the profound impact that it has on students and their lives, starting from the beginning of the semester and seeing some of the stories, how they've evolved at the end of the semester, and I'm just very happy to be a part of it.
It was like a very big challenge for me to come back to school because of all my engagements and everything that I'm doing, work, kids and everything. But right now, when I started the academic coaching, it was so awesome because I worked with an awesome academic coach who each time after I finish my sections, I feel so alive, I feel so invigorated.
So far, my favorite experience here at Hartford is going to the National African American Museum in Washington, D.C. It was really interesting and cool to see all the artifacts that are from back in the day and stuff from slavery, and seeing all the facts that you wouldn't normally know about African Americans and seeing all the great African Americans throughout time. It was just a wonderful experience, and just to see what may have been like your ancestors from back in the day, because you probably don't even know it's your ancestors. It's pretty awesome. And seeing how they struggled and really connecting to that.
Back at the beginning of the semester, I would have to wake up on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 o'clock in the morning to catch the 6 o'clock bus to make it to my 9 o'clock class. And it was really difficult sticking to that schedule, knowing that I had to work 4 or 5 days out the week, 32 hours a week, and study for my classes. But recently my brother got a car, and now it's just a struggle on whether the car is safe enough to drive. I find it comfortable to see people of multiple ethnic backgrounds on this campus because it helps students feel welcomed.
When I started this semester, I had real big money issues. My financial aid didn't go through. There was some missing paperwork, and by the time we figured that out, it was already halfway through the semester, so we started paying out of pocket. I also had issues with my books. Books ranged from 100 to 300. And my job that I had at the moment wasn't paying enough, and I didn't have enough hours, so I had to get a full-time job working 40 hours a week.
My goal is I want to get now here my associate degree in science and transfer to four-year university, and I want to do electrical engineer, so I want to become an electrical engineer. That is my goal.
My experience at Hartford Community College so far has been really great. I have enjoyed the time that I've had with my peers, the time that I've had with my professors, especially the time that I've had with my coach. She is very great at her job. She always stays on task with me. She always keeps me up to date with my teachers, because some of my teachers don't always like to use Blackboard, which is where you receive your information to know what grade you have in class and what's new, what's coming up, and how to fix your grade in class to make it better. Recently, I found like I said, I didn't really have much friends growing up. So the one girl that I was friends with in high school, I just found out that she passed away Saturday night. I didn't know how to handle it because it was just like, she was a young girl. She's a senior in high school. She was just about to graduate, and now she's just gone. Life can be taken from you at any point in time. You really just gotta buckle down and do what it is you have to do. You have to do your work. You gotta go to school. You have to succeed in life and do what it is you want to do, because you never know when it will be your last day.
I would say what led me here is probably my godparents, because freshman year I really didn't care for school, so I was getting bad grades. So yes, I would definitely say they definitely brought me here today, because I would never think that I would go to college. For the people that do have learning disabilities, it's okay to ask for help, because even me, I was actually, well, not scared, but I just didn't feel comfortable asking help. but definitely ask for help because it can definitely impact your life or in your grades in school. Where I see myself as a commissioned officer in the Air Force, and I actually want to open up a clothing line, a clothing business, because I really enjoy fashion and I want to be a positive role model for Black males in our community.
I wouldn't be here if my 19-year-old daughter, Natea, wouldn't have pushed me. As much as I wanted to go to college, I wouldn't be here. And I commend her for being my encourager to go forward. I wouldn't have done it without her. I would have just kept working my daily job, struggling, sad, depressed, and not moving forward. And now I feel like when I have my education, my degree, I can go out and I can make my 12-year-old proud just as much as I've made my 19-year-old proud for doing what some people will just sit back and not do and just keep pushing forward.
I was born and raised in Ghana, a country in Africa, West Africa precisely. I was raised by my mom alone. My dad was alive, however, it seems like he was not there for us. So my mom was the only one taking care of us. It came to a point where even affording 3 square meals was a problem because I was not the only child of her. She has to cater for everybody. Paying for my tuition in Ghana was very difficult for me. We were living in a kiosk where there was no light. There was no light at all. And my mom told me that this is the only thing you got. That's intelligence. I would do anything I can to help you go to school. My mom tried for me. She went to her friends, borrowed money to pay for my school fees in Ghana. It came to a point where she went to some of her friends. Some of the friends told her, Susanna is just a lady. Why don't you just let her go look for some trading or something? Because she might even get pregnant and you waste all your money on her. My mom said no. I did not go to school and I would not let my daughter be an illiterate. I'm very grateful to God that He took me from nowhere and He brought me somewhere.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Myers-Smith and I serve as an academic success coach for the My College Success Network. On the wall here is a display of a piece of Thomas Hayes' will. In this part of his will, he's leaving slaves to his daughter, and he also sets the date that they may be freed. My great-great-grandfather, Thomas Spencer Myers, was promised that he would be freed when his owner died. However, this promise was not kept. The plan was made that he would be sold to a plantation further south. When he found out about that, he ran away one night to his parents' place in Pennsylvania. You see, my 3 times great-grandfather had paid for his freedom and was living as a freed man in Pennsylvania. Thomas would have been sent back to slavery if it wasn't for a local doctor who decided that he would put up the money so that Thomas could be freed. Who knows if I would even exist if he hadn't taken that risk. His decision to run away that night was a blessing to future generations. I've discovered that my purpose in life is to listen to people's stories and help them start the next chapter. I'm able to use my purpose and continue his legacy by helping students achieve their academic goals. I hope you have enjoyed listening to our student stories today. I hope they've encouraged you and inspired you to keep going on despite what challenges and trials you may face. Thank you.